Hi, I'm Doug.
And I'm Kathy.
Join us as we follow the moon. Today is going to be our third and final part of our Georgetown travels, our very first full-time Class A motorhome. And we're going to start off today with a day trip out of the motorhome. We took a trip up the east side of the St. Johns River. We were actually going to pick up our mail at Green Cove Springs at St. Brendan's Isle. And if you're not familiar with that, we've got a great video on that. You can catch the link up here. But on the way up, we went to a couple real interesting spots.
Yes, we did. We stopped at a little place called Georgetown. And
we went through Palatka. We stopped at Spring Park that trip. That's a little park in Green Cove Springs. And we also stopped by a place called Renegades RV Park. Now, we've never stayed there, but it was really a neat looking park if you're ever up that direction. Looks like it'd be a lot of fun. They just completely paved all new sites, a big tiki bar right out there on the water. Really looked like it'd be a fun place to at least spend a weekend.
That's right. That's right.
So, after our day trip, we ended up at Winter Garden and Winter Garden RV Resort. Now again, this is an encore park, part of our 1,000 Trails collection. And Winter Garden is a nice community. The park is an older park. At that time, there was 4 restroom bathhouses and 2 of them were closed for renovation. It's probably not my favorite park in the whole wide world.
It is in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of city sound.
It's very wet. Quite a few people get stuck in that park, so you have to be careful where you park. But the plus side of it is it's in Winter Garden, which is just a great little town.
Yes.
Winter Garden every Saturday morning has a farmer's market, and normally they'll have anything from produce and fresh goods to food ready to eat, to arts and crafts, to jewelry, you name it.
Clothing.
Yeah. With the changes that have taken place this year, they've kind of backed it off more to just the produce and things, but they're starting to open it back up now.
They also had live music.
Yes, great live music. So Plant Street Market is also downtown. It is I'm not sure what the building was. It almost looks like it could have been a train depot or a warehouse or something. But it's been renovated into a microbrewery in one end and all kinds of food vendors and everything. Just a great place to go hang out.
Now, I've seen them doing yoga out in front of that brewery. I don't know if they have their brew and then they do yoga, but there's a little park nearby where they have had lots of children activities and a little area that the dogs love to go run through. Remember that one time we went, there was they had a children's day and they had all the different stations for them, and that was really neat to see. And it's dog friendly.
Yes.
Because you see everybody's got their dogs there.
Everybody. It's a great place, and we're actually going back there this year at Christmas time because the town decorated at Christmas is just beautiful. While we were there, the park is directly across the street from an RV dealership. We took our new Toad that we talked about in the last episode and took that in to have our Blue Ox base plate put on it. So we were all wired up and ready for towing again, which was really good. Next spot that we went to was Southern Palms, which is in Eustis, Florida. And again, what you don't have in the park, you make up for in the area. Southern Palms is a very tight park, very narrow spots, and again can be kind of wet, and we had several rigs that were in there being towed out while we were there, being pulled out of mud while we were there that time.
It's right on the fairgrounds too. The fairgrounds butts right up to it, so it's a really nice go to a lot of great areas.
And they do a farmer's flea market type thing over there too, which is really nice. When you go into downtown Eustis, really a nice downtown. It's all waterfront.
Vintage buildings.
There's a lot of great waterfront for walking, boardwalks and docks.
That all looks like it's fairly newly renovated. I had lived in that area many years before, and it wasn't the most popular town back in those days, but it's quite the buzzing place now. It's really turned out pretty.
They also do periodically, and I think it's maybe the last Saturday of every third month or something like that, they do a car show downtown where they close off the entire downtown, and it's hundreds of classic cars.
Yeah.
It's one of the nicest car shows I've ever seen, and while we were there, happened to be the weekend of the car show.
Yeah.
So if you can plan it that you're there over that time, definitely do that. It was worthwhile.
It's also on, they have their own lake. It's Lake Eustis. And it's not just a little lake, it's a good sized lake, and it is beautiful, and the sunsets are amazing.
Now, one of the things when you start paring down things and you figure out what you're going to keep and what you're not going to keep, some of these holiday decorations and seasonal decorations, I didn't really realize we kept as many as what we did. Kathy's very good at packing things.
Think Tetris.
But it was time to decorate for Halloween, and she did a beautiful job with it.
I did. Actually, Halloween has always been one of my favorite holidays, and it's just I love the colors. I love the colors of fall. Fall was always a representation, I guess, because school started, in September, and it was like that was the beginning of a new year for me, and it just represents starting over again. And so Halloween was always, and even after my kids were grown, and even when my grandkids, a lot of my grandkids, or half of them anyway, are grown, and we still at the house always decorated, and I love seeing all the little kids, especially those little bitty ones coming up, and Maggie dresses up for the occasion. So yeah, Halloween's a lot of fun for me.
By now too, we've been in the motorhome, basically living in it for 10 months, and we've been on the road for about 5 months, and we're starting to get pretty settled in. We decided we wanted to spruce up the bedroom a little bit. We got new bedding in the bedroom, and the little cabinet above the television that we went through had smoked glass in it originally, and she wanted a place to display some of her little treasures. So we took the smoked glass out, put clear plexiglass in it, put lighting in it, and made a little display case for her up there. We also were getting all of the artwork that we had kept from the house. We had a Thomas Kincade that we put up on the wall in the bedroom. Everything put up with Command products, so it left no marks in the motorhome. But it was really starting to feel like home, really starting to feel like ours.
Ironically, that Thomas Kincade we bought the last trip we went up to Gatlinburg, and were we in?
We were in the Jayco.
We were in the Jayco, and we already had, there was a set of 3 of them. That last one had been elusive for years and years. The first one we had gotten 20 years earlier, and we just kept looking for that last one, and we found it the year that we went on the road. But it was the only one that was the perfect size for taking with us. So the family kids got the other 2, and we brought that one along with us.
So then we go to Christmas, and Christmas has always been the fun time to decorate, and this was our second Christmas in the Georgetown, our first Christmas on the road, and it's again amazing the things that you can pack in a motorhome for Christmas.
That's right.
The Christmas tree is one piece, and it's tall. It's 6.5 foot to the ceiling, but it's only about yay big around, so you can slide it in one of the basement doors, and it takes up very little storage that way.
It's also something that I got at a furniture store where I was working years and years ago. It was not really intended to be a Christmas tree. It was just like a plant that you got for in your house. And they came in different sizes. And so I had a forest. And I would decorate that one. And it only has the branches about half. They don't have branches halfway down, so it's one that you can stick it anywhere and decorate the top and put things underneath it if you want, or you can hide it in a corner, whatever it takes.
So by now it gets us up until Christmas, and 2 weeks after Christmas was the Tampa RV Super Show, and we ended up and spent 2 weeks, felt like it, 2 days down at the Tampa Super Show, and we started looking. And we will be at the Tampa Super Show this year, but we're not going to be looking. So 2 weeks after our Christmas decorations were coming down, we were at Tampa looking. A month later, we were ordering our new Tiffin. And that kind of brings you up to where we are today.
That's right. By the way, we will look for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and we'll have more information on that while we're there. If you'd like to come down and meet us, we would love to meet you. So with that, we're going to close out today's video. This gives you a little idea of how our journey went from part-time into full-time and into where we are now. And where we are now, you're staying pretty well up to date in our other videos. If you haven't caught all of our videos, be sure to check them out on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to do that. If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever we have new videos come out. We certainly appreciate you coming along this journey with us, and we hope that you continue to stay with us as we follow the moon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when we have new videos listed. Also be sure to check out our blog at followthemoon.us, and also our Facebook page at Follow the Moon, and on Instagram at Follow the Moon Travel. Thanks.